Hello everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back to the channel. During the final Mr. Sakurai Presents, which aired on October 5th, our final fighter for Smash got revealed. Final fighter for Smash Ultimate? We have Sora. As you may all have heard, Sora is the last fighter for Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate was released back in 2018 and now we have reached its finale. For quite some time now, Sakurai held a bunch of live streams for the announcement of every new DLC fighter. Volume 1 slots are filled, and now Sora is the final character within Volume 2 of Fighter Pass. Sora is planned to release on the 18th of October for $5.99 US. This is if you haven't bought the Fighter Pass Volume 2, which cost $29.99 US. A pass unlocks every character as they release. Well, in this case, Sora would be the last fighter in Smash. Here's a bonus. For those who own a save file of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory on the Switch, they get free access to that game's rendition of Dearly Beloved, which they call the Swing version. If you recall, Melody of Memory did also release on the Nintendo Switch among other platforms. So, about his Challenger Pack, we got Hollow Bastion as our stage. Like Sakurai mentioned in this clip, Hollow Bastion was originally known as Radiant Garden until Maleficent took over. That's when Radiant Garden lost its shine and was named Hollow Bastion. Now, technically, looking at the events in Kingdom Hearts 2, after restoring Hollow Bastion, the inhabitants renamed it Radiant Garden. That's just a little fun fact I wanted to throw in there. As you can see here, this is the type of stage where you got a floating basic platform with a transitional background. We move from Hollow Bastion to a couple of Dive into the Heart stations. We have Ventus, Aqua, Xion, Terra, Roxas, Sora, and Riku. You've probably noticed something's missing here. We'll get to that later on in the video. As for the songs, we got a total of 9, all of which originate from KH1, and from what I've noticed listening to the soundtrack during the presentation, they're the remastered versions of the originals. In other words, the version of the songs you'll hear in Smash will be the version within 1.5 HD Remix. If you didn't know, the 1.5 HD Remix collection, which featured KH1 Final Mix, Rechain of Memories, and 358 over 2 Days cinematics, well, fun fact, Final Mix was always Japanese exclusive until the HD collections happened. Now about the thing I said before, how something's missing looking at the stained glass portrayal of our characters, Donald, Goofy, and Mickey, who seems to be replaced by Sora. They're missing. In Sora's case, Donald and Goofy are replaced by the Raph and a Papu Fruit, which technically, I mean, looking at these icons, they do exist in the series. It's not entirely out of place. If we look back at young Sora's Dive to the Heart station, we got the Raft and the Papu Fruit. So, me thinks this was due to the agreement between Disney and Nintendo. In this case, to only feature Sora and the Mickey keychain. That Mickey keychain and Sora being the only accepted reference from Kingdom Hearts. After all, looking at the copyright listings for Smash, we have Disney right there. So yes, Sora is owned by Disney. However, Disney, I believe, stays in touch with Tetsuya Nomura, director of the Kingdom Hearts series. For example, speaking of Nomura, he shared a tweet surrounding Sora's inclusion in Smash. They were very thorough and did a great job responding to our frequent reviews and detailed requests. I think fans will be satisfied with how Sora has turned out, and I hope you all enjoy playing as him. To all of Mr. Sakurai's staff, thank you so much, Tetsuya Nomura. Now here's a very surprising fact, or maybe not. According to Sakurai, Sora was actually the most requested fighter for Smash. And how do we know this? Well, remember the fighter ballot, where fans could submit their character request? This was from 6 years ago, as explained by Sakurai. This was back when Smash was on the 3DS and Wii U. And it appears Sora was the most requested character. I find this fascinating. 6 years ago, Sora was requested. The results were to remain hidden, however. This was back when Satoru Iwata was still here with us. He was the CEO and president of Nintendo. He sadly passed in 2015. Now, as stated here, Sora's results remained hidden out of fear of pretty much backlash from Sakurai's words in this clip. Then, Fast forward 6 years, Sora is finally here. This just goes to show how complex it must have been for Sora to be featured. Why else hide the results, right? Not just that, but Sakurai's presentation of Sora just shows how he wanted Sora for so long. It's just a whole licensing thing with Disney. And Sora's here, finally! Fans were so happy and ecstatic that they started using hashtag Thank you Sakurai. So much in fact, Sakurai shared his complete gratitude on Twitter. Here's another thing I'd like to discuss. Having younger Sora from KH1 hasn't stopped the team from implementing his outfits from later iterations. Apart from his classic KH1 outfit, we got young Sora in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, as well as a few drive forms, Valor, Wisdom, and Final Form. We got his Dream Drop Distance attire as well, a game which was originally released on the 3DS, then remastered under the 2.8 collection. We also have Timeless River Sora from KH2. Slightly different here if I compare. The one in Smash, straight up, they just went with a black and white color scheme. I mean, if you look at the belts, technically, I mean, there's a slight difference. We also got Sora in his KH3 attire. Yeah, young Sora in his KH3 attire, folks. Looks pretty good. All these outfits have their respective iconic pose from the series, well, except for the one for Timeless River. Sakurai also admits that Sora's color variation is the most elaborate out of all fighters in Smash. And speaking of Sora and his design, they absolutely nailed it. I think it's his hair. It just looks that good in Smash. If you're wondering about the spirits for this DLC, well, here it is. We have 4 types of spirit categories in Smash. Primary, Support, Fighter, and Master spirits. Primary boosts our character's stats. Support grants a special ability or skill for our fighter. Fighter spirits cannot be equipped. They just represent the character, you know, like stickers call it. These types of spirits are unlocked in Classic mode or purchased via the Vault Shop. In Sora's case, looking at his spirits, we got Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, KH3, Dream Drop Distance, and Timeless River, Kingdom Hearts 2. Master spirits are present in the World of Light, aka Adventure mode, and cannot be equipped. They give the player 3 activities when the game is off: Gym, Dojo, and Explore. Master spirits in this case help in training our spirits and expeditions looking for treasure. Now, apart from the familiar magic spells used by Sora, we have some other cool references. When defeating our opponent, we got that cool slow-mo effect going on. Sora on Tortimer Island is a reference to Destiny Islands, his home. Him fighting Sephiroth really reminds us of Olympus Coliseum in KH1. That was when Sephiroth was originally introduced to the series as a boss fight. Sora interacting with Duck Hunt. Can't get any more obvious than that. This one here also reminds us of Destiny Islands. Sora and Kairi, that's seen in KH1. Sora at the final destination reminds us of Dive Mode from Dream Drop Distance. Sora releases on update 13.0.0, which could be a reference to the number 13. The number 13 and 7 in Kingdom Hearts, they're iconic numbers. Heck, number 7 in Smash, I mean, maybe it's a coincidence. But is anything a coincidence with Tetsuya Nomura? Example of number 7 in Smash. We got 7 characters on stained glass for the Dive to the Heart segment. Sora shaking hands with Mario. This is a powerful image. This could be a reference to how Kingdom Hearts even came to be. How KH was inspired by Super Mario 64. This was from an old 2012 Iwata Asks interview which focused on Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. And now look how far it's come. Sora and Mario, 2 iconic characters shaking hands. This shot right here is worthy of being framed. So one thing I want to add as well, before, talking about the 20th anniversary announcement for Kingdom Hearts, some have asked me about, hey Vivi, how'd you feel about Sora being announced? What am I gonna say other than complete excitement? Sora in Smash, I wouldn't call it a shocker, for me personally. A part of me hoped to see Sora during that last livestream of Sakurai. Yeah, for years some were skeptical about Sora being in Smash. Others had hope. Sora ever appearing in Smash because, Disney, I understand why some were skeptical. But it happened. It took a while, and he's finally here. I'm gonna be real with you here, I'm not sure if this is a common thought, but the moment everyone turned into amiibos, or froze, in other words, it reminded me of KH2 and Data Twilight Town, how everyone just froze. At that instant, part of me was, no way, wait, are they about to show Sora? Mario stepping off the platform? The sparkles, come on. That's a Kingdom Hearts thing, folks. The flame going out? That tiny bit of flame standing? It's like a last spark of hope. That hope for light being Sora. Sora being the new light to awaken everyone from their slumber. I really loved what they did with the presentation here. Sure, they added a lot of Peter Pan vibe to Sora, I guess because, you know, Sora's represented by Disney in this announcement. Sora did technically fly in Kingdom Hearts 1, but I guess I understand why they decided to give Sora sparkles and him flying around. Hikari, the orchestral version of Simple and Clean playing in the background, cherry on top. The chills and utter joy when I heard that playing in the background. It's just a fantastic and brilliant way to wrap up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Mario throwing that object on fire? Who knew it'd be Sora's Kingdom Key? This is where I can hear fans screaming and crying out of joy. This image, we can hear it. A little extra. How was Mario able to wield a Keyblade? Well, that's the thing. He didn't wield it, he grabbed it and he threw it. Kirby Sora, for example, looking at this screenshot floating around, Kirby summons an image of the Keyblade. Why? Because he can't really wield one. Keep in mind, Jack Sparrow from Kingdom Hearts 2 held the Keyblade for a couple of seconds before it went back to Sora. Enough time for Mario to throw the Keyblade. Same scenario here. Alrighty, with that out of the way, as you've probably noticed before, the main Kingdom Hearts account on Twitter changed their icon to the 20th anniversary logo. The 20th anniversary happens in March 2022, technically, but that doesn't stop Square Enix from hyping up what's to come. They released a trailer for the 20th anniversary. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, 2.8, and 3 plus Remind. The all-in-one bundle, in other words. It's coming to Switch via cloud. Sakurai did actually talk about this during the presentation, but hey, what does cloud mean? It means you can play the games only if you are connected to the internet, aka streaming. So no, these are not actually getting released physically or offline digitally. As for the release date, it has not been specified yet. There's merchandise. As for that glorious shiny chess set, you can pre-order it on their store. Ooh. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's story is available via theater mode only. Nothing new in that department. But as for Dark Road, it's been delayed for winter. We don't know which month it implies though. For quite some time, Dark Road was planned to release all in one go. Heck, the game's been locked, as in unable to play it ever since the application switched to offline mode. Ever since Union Cross's story turned into theater mode only. Dark Road was originally planned for late September. Fans wondered why the team was so quiet, only to later find out that it's been delayed. It started with a tweet from the official Twitter account, and now we got additional information in this clip. So from the clips they show us, I take it those new characters are the 7 missing upperclassmen. I could be totally off here, but that's just my quick guess. The trailer ends with the 20th anniversary event tease, with details that will be shared at a later date. Alrighty, we have reached the ending of the video. If I missed anything interesting in terms of references of Sora being in Smash, maybe you'd like to point it out in the comments. Other than that, if you have any other questions or anything else that's on your mind, feel free to share it in the comments section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thanks for always sticking around, and until next time.